Hello everyone, I am Sunil Kumar from TMSL team and I hope you all are healthy and enjoying your good health. In today's knowledge session, we'll be discussing about the recent withdrawal of exemption relating to road contractors who are receiving the annuity amount from NHI or PWDs during the O&M period. As you may aware that the government with effect from 1st January 2023 has omitted entry number 23 capital A from the exemption notification. This entry used to provide that the services by way of access of road or bridges on payment of annuity is exempted from GST. This entry has now been omitted. We really don't know about the reasoning behind the withdrawal of this exemption because the council in its meeting that held in last month had not provided any sort of clarity that this exemption will going to be omitted from the statute books, because the press release which they had made available in the public domain, it had not provided any sort of clarity regarding this. So we really don't know the reasoning behind withdrawal of this exemption as of now, right? But if you will see the past relating to this entry was quite very contentious when it comes to its scope. There were really debate quite what is covered within the scope of this entry. So I'll explain you the entire issue in brief, and we'll also be debating on the point that how this exemption should be, the withdrawal of the exemption should be implemented by the road contractors, what all transitional issue that they should take care of, etc. So if you'll see the past relating to this entry, the GST Council in its 22nd meeting had recommended the exemption relating to the annuity that the road contractors received during the O&M period from the NHI or PWD. Based on such recommendation, the government on October 2017 had issued an exemption notification whereby they had inserted a new entry in the exemption notification, that is serial number 23 capital A. This entry, as I just discussed, used to provide that services by way of access of road or bridges on payment of annuity is exempted from GST. The interesting point in this entry was this entry was notified under HSN number 9967, HSN as you may say. But the road contractors were providing services under heading 9954 because activity of construction per se is covered under HSN 9954. So there was a confusion because as a contractor, I am providing services for which the applicable HSN is 9954, but this exemption entry was notified under 9967. So the question was, will this exemption really be available to me or not? Interestingly, after notifying this exemption, NHI had issued an internal circular whereby it provided that since there is an exemption, so we're not going to make any payment to the road contractors for the annuity that they'll receive during the O&M period, primarily for the HM model. Now this created big chaos in the industry because exemption notification was not clear, and the NHI was saying that it will not going to make any payment. So representations were being made to the Finance Ministry, GST Council to clarify the position in this regard. So based on such representation, the council in its 43rd meeting in somewhere May 2021 had again taken this issue to deliberate, and the council in that meeting had recommended to issue a clarification. Based on such recommendation, the government in June 2021 had issued a detailed circular number 150, whereby it provided that the activity of the road contractors per se are covered under 9954 and this exemption is not applicable to the road contractor, whereby the NHI had taken altogether a different position that this exemption is available to the road contractor. Now this created really a chaos in the industry because uh, road contractors were really not aware that how they're going to make the payment. Will they going to make this payment out of their own pocket, or will NHI going to reimburse this amount, right? So NHI later on in August had issued uh, its policy decision whereby it provided that it will going to make a payment to the road contractor under HAM model. It will going to reimburse the amount to them by exercising the change in law clause under the contract. So simultaneously, after a few months, a petition was filed before the Karnataka High Court challenging this circular per se, whereby it the High Court, after reading down all the discussions that went through between the members of the GST Council in its 22nd meeting, had quashed this circular, providing that this circular is not laying down the correct position of the law, and this exemption is per se available relating to the annuity amount that you received during the O&M period. Now, amid of all this confusion, the government, with effect from 1st January 2023, has withdrawn the exemption. The fact of the matter in today's time is that whatever payments you will receive in future, GST applicability would be there. But for the past period, the debate is still on. As a contractor, I am really liable to pay GST on the annuity amount that I am going to receive or not, is a contentious issue. It is not clear per se. Also, relating to transitional period, the contractors need to take care of few of the important points, such as, first of all, they should do a financial impact study relating to the ongoing contract, and if there is any extra GST burden comes which they have to pay out of their own pocket, especially for the GST inclusive contracts, they should represent the matter to the GST Council, to NHI, to get this amount reimbursed by exercising the change in law clause. Secondly, the study should also be the study would also require to be done on the ITC input tax credit part, because now your activity per se is taxable. So an impact study should be done relating to the input tax credit, what all credits would be available to you because of withdrawal of this exemption. Few of the important points that one needs to take care of, like issuing of invoices, manner of reporting the transaction in your returns, etc., because this will going to change now. And last but not the least, for the past period, if there is a litigation, there is a scope of litigation, then one should make a proper representation to the Ministry of Finance, GST Council, for providing a specific relief relating to past period, because there is a lot of confusion. We have the advance ruling of Rajasthan AAR which says that exemption is there. High Court says exemption is there. The government says exemption is not there. NHI is saying the exemption is there. Later on, though it has issued a policy decision to provide the relief, but there is a lot of confusion around this, right? So a specific relief should be provided, and proper representation should be made to the GST Council and Ministry of Finance, and it would be based upon the facts of each case, right? So this is all from my side in today's knowledge session. In case you have any query relating to any of the issue, you can obviously reach us out, right? So thanks for your patience listening. Have a good day.